Working with Wizardbox is always fantastic, and when I first got involved on the So Blonde project, that was a real pleasure because I mean they had some initial characters done, they had a few of the background done, so I knew what the art style was like and what they were trying to do with the characters. So it was a real pleasure to do that, and then of course moving into the new game with Captain Morgane. It was exciting to revisit that same world, some of the same characters, but in a very different situation, a very different story. Wizardbox wanted me to develop a story around this character, and so I came up with an idea using that, and so we threw ideas back and forth until we were happy with the basic story, and then I expanded from there. But I mean, she's a great character, and even in the So Blonde game, she came across as a really good character, and she was good to write for. So to get the opportunity to expand on that and really explore her relationship with the other characters, from a player's perspective, was a great opportunity.
Uncle Eduardo was recently seen on Crab Island.
If this is a joke, you won't live to regret telling it.
The story is one of development with the character sort of like coming into her own a bit. She starts as a child for the first section of the small section of the first chapter. And sort of then we quickly switch to her when she's about 17 years old, and first kind of like getting the chance to prove herself in the eyes of her father, and it's very much a kind of like a voyage of discovery for her as she's sort of trying to sort of like go on this quest for the golden turtle.
That's pretty impressive, Captain.
She's obviously a very attractive-looking character on screen, but Morgane is a strange character in the sense that she likes to think she's very tough and hard-hearted, but really she's quite a softie in many respects. I mean, she won't take any nonsense, but certainly the characters that she has to put up with show that she's quite sort of like easygoing in many respects.
Are you all right?
The visual aspects of it is fantastic. To get such detail on screen is a joy, really. I mean, when I first started in the industry, working on low-res games that came out on floppy disks, we could have only ever dreamed of this sort of quality, and to get that, sort of coming through, so you get such incredible detail. There are so many objects to interact with, and one of the things that I like is the fact that there is a lot to interact with. And a few years ago I coined a phrase called interaction density, and I'm quite a firm believer that the more there is to do at any one time, the happier the player will be, because if they get stuck on a puzzle, they can still explore the environments, they can still look around and have some fun with what's available. We do have a little nod here and there to So Blonde, even though So Blonde is set much further in the future, and sort of the characters here will not know of the character of Sunny Blonde. But there are a few nods, and sort of we have fun. It is a comedy game, and we don't worry about being necessarily historically accurate or anything like that, because we set out to have fun. It's a fun pirate game. It's not dark, menacing or anything like that. The most exciting thing about video games is the fact that it's still a very much a changing medium, and we're able to look at exploring stories I don't think like any other medium can at this stage. And the fact that our stories are interactive means that you have to think about them in a very fresh and new way all the time, and the fact that we often have to respond very directly to the feedback that we get from our audience through the internet, on Twitter, various forums, Facebook, and so on. It's very much a kind of like a medium that is part of, or rather that the audience is very much part of.
Briscoe, are you all right?
Thank goodness.
You did it, Captain!